Hey everyone, hope you're doing awesome. Welcome back to my channel Pega Hut with another video. Thanks everyone for subscribing to my channel, and if you haven't hit the bell icon yet, please do so you won't miss any of my videos. Today we are going to continue discussing about activity part 1 video as planned. Before watching this video, I would strongly suggest you to watch my activity introduction video wherein I have explained each and every tab. I have provided the link in the description box. Today we are going to work on hands-on with a real-time use case. So the use case that we are going to work on today is the math function that we have discussed in the data transform part 1 video. The use case is I have two numbers and a drop down with four values: add, multiply, divide and subtract, and depending on the value it would calculate me the result. The idea behind is to use the same use case that I have used in the data transform, so it would help you comparing the code between data transform and activity. So without doing any further delay, let's get into it. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna log in and I'll log into the portal first. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll walk you guys through about the use case. So for people who are new to my channel or haven't seen the other video, then they would understand. So the use case what I have done is, let's say I have got two numbers, one is 10 and another one is 20, and I've got a math function where if I select add, then it's going to be 30. If I select multiply, it's going to be 200, divide same 0, and subtract is going to be minus 10. Right, so this is what we are going to achieve. So until this one I have achieved by using the data transform, which you guys would have already seen by now. And if you haven't seen, then obviously I'm gonna send you the link on the description box. Now this is how we're gonna achieve this in this session by using activity. So first thing first, what we need to do is first click on the live UI. I'm just gonna click on the live UI, and I'm going to go to this particular section. I'll just open the section. Now here, what I have done is I have created an action and event where my action is event is changed and action is calling refreshing the section. While refreshing the section, I'm calling a data transform. Right now, let me call an activity here. So like there are two ways you can do. First thing is I will remove this activity. Obviously, remove this data transform because I don't need that, as we are going to achieve this functionality by using activity. So I'm going to put an activity. Now how you can put an activity, either you can just say calculate result activity, something like that, and you click on the crosshair, or you can go to this class and create an activity. So how to create an activity, I have already shown you in my first session of activity or first video of activity. So I'm going to go ahead and create from this explorer. Now I click on this explorer, this crosshair, this one, and then it will go ahead and create me an activity. So this is the calculate result activity, is the level applied to class. Everything looks good, and I'm going to create and open. So this is how the activity window would look like, right? So first thing, what I need to do, I'll show you step by step. First thing, I'm gonna do a add function here, right? Now I got two number and I'm going to do add function. So if you remember, to do this add function, what I need to do is, first thing, I will create a when condition. So if you remember, this math function belongs to a drop down. Okay, let me submit here. Okay, yeah, I know, because it hasn't created. So let me first just do a quick save. Ignore the warning for this session because there is a reason why it shows warning. I'll talk this I'll talk more detail about this, but at the moment I don't want to distract you guys. So I'll save it. Now it's saved. So prior to that, what I'll do is I'll just show you this math function type. Math function type, if I go and open this, so I have got four values for this math function type. So let me take this value and create a when condition. So what I'm going to do it over here is, if the selection is add, then you sum these two values. So that's what I'm going to write in activity. Now because like I told, I put a if in my statement, right? So that means I need to put a when condition. So when condition, I'll enable this when condition. Like I always tell guys, please make sure you create a when condition, but to make it shorter, I'm going to directly put this condition here. So to put this condition, I'm going to go to build an expression, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to say math function type equal to double quote add. So the moment I click on submit, is going to be like this. So math function type equal to add. So if it is true, then what I want to do, I wanted to continue when. If it is false, then I want to skip step. So what I meant is, if it is true, you continue with this step. If it is false, you just skip this step, the step one, right? Now here, what I need to do is, here I need to do a simple property set. Property set. Okay, I'll put a method as property set. Now what property I need to set? So basically, if you remember, what I'm doing is I'm basically setting the result, isn't it? By calculating these two values depending on this one. So what property I need to set? I need to set the property of result. So let me go and do a prop. So this is property name and this is property value, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'll set the result here. Okay. And here what I need to do is I need to sum number one and number two. So to sum number one, number two, I need to call a function. To call a function, how you guys used to do in DataTransform, you also have a gear icon here to write those functions, both in property name and also in the property value. Now here I'm going to calculate the function for the property in the property value section, right? So here I'll click on this expression builder. I'll just do a tag, as we all know. So the function is going to be sum, and sum of number one and number two. So by now you would know this function, so I'm not going to explain any more thing, right? Now I did sum of number one and number two. So did we write it properly? If math function type is add, then continue when, else skip step, and while doing it, you sum the result between number one and number two. I hope you understood what property set does. Basically, property set will let you set a property by calculating or manipulating the value. It's exactly like how the set action work in the DataTransform, right? Now I'll do a checkout, I'll do a save, right? Now let's go and create, discard this, create a new case altogether and see if our function works or not. Now before that, what I'll do is I'll say 10 and let me put 10 or 20, right? And like I always show in the tracer. So guys, just wanted to let you know why I show you tracer all the time, because as a beginner or a fresher, or be it like, you know, any stage in Pega, you should always look into your tracer, no matter whether your code works or not, because that will give a flexibility for you to understand the code in better way, right? Sometimes our code works, but it might have a, you know, wrongly executed in the backend, right? In the code. So tracer will always give you a privilege to understand each and every step. So that's why if you see in my all session, I open the tracer, I show you guys, because I expect you to do while doing hands-on. Just don't ignore that, because if you ignore that, you can't learn in the later point of time. Okay, let's move to the next one. So here, the moment I click on add, so technically I should get my result. So let me go add and see I got my result. Okay. So let me see if my activity has triggered or not. So to check in the tracer, what I'm going to do is I'll pause it and I'll say calculate. Oh, yes, I got my activity, right? This is my activity, isn't it? Now here, so if you see, same like DataTransform. So tracer is same. You got step page here, you got normal page here, everything. So if you remember in my last session, I told, so here in my step page, so here in my step page, I do not have anything, isn't it? And I'm calling this calculate result activity as part of the flow. So that's why you see my step page is py work page here. So that means, you know, whatever I'm going to set, it will be part of your py work page. And py work page means in my scenario is going to be xyz-pz-work-math function, because this is the work class for the math function case type, right? Now that is clear. Now here, if you see, step one, what did I do? Math function type equal to add. So that's the when condition which became true, because it is true, and this executed here at this point, step end, right? Now if I go to py workpage, so if I go to py workpage here, you'll see the result will be blank. If I go to py workpage here, you'll see the result will be 20. So that's how even activity executes. So if I say result, so there is no property here, right? Because nothing has set. But if I say property set step end, so if I go here, if I search for result, see the magic, you already got the 30, because that's where the result has been set by the control, right? I hope it is clear. Now next, move to the next part. So what I'm going to do is here, collected. Where is mine? Okay, see here. Now, see, if you see, if I do multiply, the result still says, right? Still stays there, right? If I do divide or something. Why? Because I haven't written any of the function. But technically, if I do select, the result should have gone, isn't it? But it is not going for some reason. Why? Because no matter what you do, by then your result is always there, exactly the same like data transform. If you remember, I have told you about the remove action, right? So basically, if I go to py workplace, my result is still going to be there. It hasn't been removed because it's already calculated, it's already there in the clipboard. It won't obviously gonna remove manually, right? So we need to do it automatically to write a better coding, isn't it? So the next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the result from the activity, so that when so basically every time I need to calculate, I will remove that result, I will clean that result, and then I will calculate freshly, so that I'll not have that problem, right? Now if I go insert above, so this is where I need to, so every time I enter into this activity, I need to remove the result, right? Now here what I need to do is to remove the property, same like property set, you have property remove. So property remove. Now what property you want to remove? Just put a dot and tell result. This is the property I remove. Now here I told you I encouraged always to write proper description. Here I'm going to write the description as removing the result for a fresh calculation. A result from clipboard for a fresh calculation. Adding the two number and doing sum. So this way what happens is later on, whenever your code will be visited by or seen by somebody, they will understand what you guys are, what you are doing, right? Now I hope this is clear. So now if I save it, now if I go to math function, now if I say add, it will be 30, but if I say multiply or if I say divide, if I say select, it will be removed. So only if I say add, that's where it will be added. So what it does is it first goes to that activity and then it removes the result from clipboard, then it calculates. Now at the moment I have written only add, that's why it is working for add, right? I hope this is clear. Now second thing what I need to do is let's go ahead and put all the function other like divide, multiply, subtract. So let me put one by one. Let's go ahead and put multiply first. So I'll just copy this one and I'm going to the clipboard. So to put multiply, what I'm going to do is, so okay, I'm going to show you a shortcut, right? Now here, what I need to do is here I got this step, right? If I wanted to copy this step, I mean, sometimes you wanted to do, like I always tell you, need to do faster work, right? I mean, you shouldn't be, doing very slow. So what I need to do is the shortcut that I have got, just copy this entire thing, right? Copy this entire thing and you say insert below. So what happens is there will be another step created, okay? Or you can do insert below, or just let me delete this. Just click here and click on enter. So another step will be created. Now I have copied this row. Just do a right click and do a paste. So what will happen? The entire row will be pasted in the below. Then what I can do is I can change just math function type as multiply, right? Whatever I have got. So here what I'm going to write is if math function equal to multiply, continue when and skip step. Now I will expand that. Let my result be there. Here I will do just number 1 into number 2, right? See how fast I could able to do, isn't it? So that's why I'm showing this copy paste option also. But while doing copy paste, make sure you understand and doing a copy paste, not just blindly do, because there is a high chance that you can copy the wrong code and you're gonna bang your head what's happening with you, right? Now here I'm going to just gonna write a quick multiply, then multiply two numbers and doing multiplication, right? So now similarly I'm going to do a manual way, so that everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy this and I'll say when enable condition, copy this instead of so if true continue when, if false skip step, right? I'm going to get the function from this math type divide. So I'm going to put in the I'm going to put in the condition. Now I'll do submit. Now here I'll do property set. Just I'm trying to show you all the flavors so that you guys would know all the way of writing the code. Here I'm going to do divide, right? Yes. So what I'm going to do is dot number 1 divide dot number 2. So this didn't come. So what I'm going to do is I'll put just number 2. Okay. Similarly, I'm going to write. So here I'll say divide two numbers doing division. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing for subtraction, right? So here paste. So here subtraction. So I'll go to math function type. I'll copy that and I'll do subtract, and if to continue when if first skip step, right? Now here number 1 number 2 subtraction, so I'll do a minus here. So I hope you have written the code. Now what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and show them in the tracer and see whether it is working properly or not. So to do that, what I need to do is here I'll go math. So I think I've got the number. So first I'll say select. Okay, so it will be blank, right? Now I'll play. Now if I say add, okay, so what happened is, so if you see calculate result activity, what happened is, so if you see, this is my activity begin, this is my activity end. Now here if you see my math function equal to add, yes, I have done add, true. Then it during this time what happened is, if I click on this property set end, this is the end of the step end, right? Now if I click on this property set result, then it will be set, right, 30, which is as per our expectation. Now for all the other thing it is false, right, which is working fine. Now let me clear and let me play and do a multiplication. So multiplication is also working fine. Now this time if you see multiplication, you see the first step is false, add is false, multiply is true. Hence at this point if I see py workspace, there won't be any result, because I have removed the result on the first step 1 I have removed the result. Now at this point only you could see the result has been assigned, right, 200. I hope this is clear. Now let me do a division. So for division probably I'll put a higher number on the number 1, because we are doing number 1 slash number 2. So let me do a higher number, which or same number, 20 divided by 20. So let me click on division. So before that, yes, I think just a second, I will create the trace for you guys. Okay, now I'll do divide. So you see divide is 1. So now if I go to tracer, so you would find this time my math function equal to divide, that portion it is true. Now if I go to subtract, you will see the result is 0. Obviously 20 minus 20 is 0. Now this time if I show you, so you see subtract is 0, right? That's why it is executed. But one thing you guys would have noticed, now in the first time, right, when I click on add, right, so if I click on add, now if you see what happened, it knows that I have clicked on add and I have done true, right? So do you think that we need to execute all of the other steps? No, right? Because at a given point of time it will be either one of them, not all. Like how in DataTransform we got when, otherwise when, all this thing. At this point also I should have something, but unfortunately in activity we do not have anything. Now how do you tackle? Because see, it is a small function, that's okay, 4 line is not going to harm you. But when you got a bigger function, you don't want to execute unnecessarily. When if as a person would choose add, then there is no point of executing this activity, right? So that is where your exit activity function would work. Now how do you construct the exit activity? Now this is how you're going to construct. So what I told you before, that when is the entry point and jump is the exit point, isn't it? Now we need to write a condition at the exit point. Now when a step right is executed by Pega, That means there is a OOTB when condition which is called step status good or step status fail, which will store the result whether the status is executed properly or it didn't execute properly. So we are going to use that OOTB function at the jump condition to know the step status and also to exit the activity accordingly. Now if I click on jump condition, here I need to enable the condition. Here in the when condition, just click on the down arrow so that you will find all the when condition that you have created. Now go to more, and then there is something called step status fail and step status good, right? Use this step status good. Now what I'm telling is, let's say if the step is executed, that's where it's gonna check. Step status good, yes. If true, then what I wanted to do is I want it to be exit activity. If no false, then I will say either continue when or jump to a later step, or I'll just at the point I will say continue when, means it's gonna go and go to the next step, right? Now obviously in this scenario I don't want I mean it will never be false, but I'm saying just to be in the safer side, I'm going to keep that as is. Now let's see how it is executing in the tracer so that I can put for all of them, right? Now if I go here and I'll again go and pause the tracer, clear and play. Right now here if I go, I'll say select, clear, because I just put for add, right? So now let me put add here. So add means 40. My this one has executed, right? Now see the magic. So what did I do? In the first step, I did property remove. Let me pause. I'll just show you the activity versus this. So sorry, not this one. So in the first step, what I did is I did property remove. Right now, my property has been removed. In the second step, math function equal to add. So it is now true. Now in the third, so once it is true, that means it executed. Right now, it executed and it set the property, isn't it? As you could see, right? After it set the property, if you see, there is another when rule. What is that when rule? Step status good. Can you see step status good, right? Now this when rule executed because because Pega has executed this step. So Pega has got that. Okay, I already clicked. This is the OOTB method where Pega stores that px thread dot px method status. It is checking equal to good. So Pega internally calculates that. Now at this point, what Pega did, okay, step status good, yes, it is good, true, then I have written exit activity. So that's why if you see after 2, straight away the activity got end. The activity didn't go further. So that way what happened is we actually improved the performance and we saved a lot of steps unnecessarily being executed, right? Don't think about this just 4 steps. Think about a big activity when you return. You don't want to unnecessarily execute that activity. That's how the exit activity is very crucial. And when you implement, make sure you're doing thorough test, because if it is exiting the activity in a wrong step, then obviously you can't get the right business outcome from your activity, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is similarly, I'm going to put the same thing here. So if I say enable condition, I'll say step status good, status good. If true, then exit the activity. If false, then continue when. Same for here also. Enable condition. Step status good. Exit the activity or continue when. I'll save it. Last one you don't need to. Obviously that's the last one, so there is no point of writing the last one. It is a write it or you don't write it. They both are same, because after that anyway the activity won't be executed, right? So let me just quickly run and show it to you and see whether it's working or not. I'll say multiply. So now if I go to calculate activity, what did it do? First it came property remove, math function, it checked whether add, no, it is false, so it skipped the step. And then it goes and try to see math function is multiply, yes, true, so it multiply the result and then it check for the step status good, and step status good, that's why it is exited the activity. So similarly if I choose divide, is going to work in the same way. So if you see same, math function is add, yes, false, sorry, add, no, false, skip step. Math function is multiply, no, false, skip step. Then math function is divide, yes, it is divide, And then what it did after it calculated the division, and it then saw step status good, yes it is good, then I will exit the activity. So that's how you're gonna write your activity in sequential manner. So I hope this is clear, and you understood how to use property set and how to use property remove, how to use conditions here, how to use result, or how to use the property in activity, and how to write a jump condition. I hope you are pretty clear on this one. Like I always tell, don't think that you're gonna learn all the methods in day one. Try to learn one by one and try to understand that function properly, and as and when you use a new function, you are going to obviously learn them too. That's it for today, and I hope this is clear. The next video we will learn more about activity by using other use cases. Please hit the like button if you learned something from this video or you like the way I have explained. And leave me a comment if you have any question or feedback for me. That is going to motivate me for sure to post more videos. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and click on the bell notification for my new video updates. Like I tell always, sharing is caring. So do share with others so people who do not know about my channel can be benefited. See you in next video.